Guys, welcome back to another Warzone video. In today's video, I'm doing it a little bit differently. We're gonna be taking the esports commentary that I used to do, mixing it with tips and tricks, and kind of just having fun with the gameplay. Absolutely destroying these guys' gameplay in a comedic way to hopefully bring some valuable entertainment and maybe even teach some lessons. But without any further ado, let's dive into the gameplay. Let's go ahead and test out their aim and accuracy and all that fun shit. Oh shit, where am I at? Where's he going? Where's he going, brother? He had to settle for the flag, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, spectating Odion. Now, guys, if you didn't know, Odion is a former world champion of Warzone. Now, this man has seen some of the best competition at levels we can't even fathom, going up against players like Teep and Joe and just absolutely shredding every single one of them. Here he is right now, putting on a nice little display. We have a teammate we need to buy back, and he just found enough money. Let's see what he does. Does he waste time or does he go for the buy? We already know what he's gonna do. He's a pro. He's going for the buy in a second. Anytime now. He's just, he's taking his time. This is there's reasons why players like this are way better than I'll ever be. It's very hard to predict what their decisions are gonna be. Me, y'all already know what I'd do. My teammate would be coming back. We'd be getting some loot, la-di-da, but there's a method to his madness. And this is clearly looted, so there are enemies nearby, and he's aware of that, utilizing his awareness to try to scope out some enemies. Unfortunately, there's a guy on the back right-hand side of the bank, sending some tracers down range towards our direction, and here we are plating up, and we're going to be changing our position to fight the enemies over by bank. All right, we could all learn something here. Normally, we would all think, hey, we know where the enemies are at. They're fighting over there at bank. Look at the mini-map, so we should go push them. But no, not him. Odion, the former MLG player, is playing more of a passive strategical position. We've got two teams engaging right now. Again, normally I think he would push on this, but let's just sit back and learn from one of the world's best. Trace is going out. You see bodies falling. One guy down over by the dumpster. He could go for the execute, but he's not going to be an asshole. He's going to say, you know what, y'all earn your own kills, get your own executes. I'm going to come in from the back right-hand side and push in. No slide canceling, very questionable, but again, man, maybe there's a method to the madness. And we are getting absolutely lit up, down to 3 plates now, about to be at 0 when we finish the plating. And again, we're pissing off everyone. We have IHOP over here to our 161, and of course bank, and it doesn't matter. There go all of our plates, turning our back to the enemy to try our best to get out the position, and still we're gonna contest this heady, and it doesn't matter. Jorge, aka George, coming up from behind and absolutely stuffing that bullfrog deep down Odion's neck. So I will tell you guys right now, I'm a little disappointed by Odion. Again, the former champion, I was expecting him to put on a really good show. Unfortunately, he did fall to the wayside, and now here we are spectating, of course, former FaZe member George and his teammate Denny. Now, Denny's relatively new to the scene, so we just got to sit there and analyze, what George is going to have to be working with. George's normal partner, Bob, he's out right now. He's sick with some stuff we won't mention in the video, but let's just put some prayer emblems in the comment section below if you guys don't mind, and send some prayers to Mr. Bob. But here we have George playing with Denny for the first time. As you can see, they're pinching the enemy right now. Denny taking shots, leading him over to the right-hand side. But George, kind of questionable again. Didn't really understand that his teammate just killed him. Doesn't matter. We come in from the right-hand side, and there's the other enemy teammate sitting in here playing lollipop and horseshoes or some shit while his teammate's out there getting blitzed. Dropping a money, combining maybe a UAV, maybe self-res. He goes for what looks to be the UAV. Let's see. We've got one UAV, and there it is, calling it up. We got a guy on ground level inside the building. Here comes George with this absolute monster of a build on this weapon. Enemy should be sitting in the corner, maybe going at the backside. There he is. I love the fact that Denny and George are legitimately attacking the enemy from 2 different directions. Denny holding the back inside of the buildings, George coming through the building to literally, again, just 2v1 the enemies. And here we have 2 more people showing up on UAV. Got a guy on the left-hand side. We got to be very careful about that. But George is super tunnel vision. There he is right there. We're vulnerable. We're able to get the knock, but almost going down ourselves. Denny right there with the 1-2 wombo combo, baby. Oh, and it looks like former FaZe member George is really syncing up with Denny relatively well. George sitting on 6 kills, Denny up to 5, about to catch the lead. Just beautiful teamwork by the squad. Very impressed. We almost have enough for another UAV. So of course, George's going to go ahead, launch his UAV in the air and move on out. Now we do have a bounty on top of the rooftop to our left-hand side that we could go get if we want to waste a little bit of time to do so, or we can just roll on out, see if we can find some extra money and just stock up on UAVs. Now let's look at the map real quick and see what they're about to pursue. We have a full team, and there's the ping going out, identifying exactly what they're about to do. We got a guy on the rooftop clearly and or floating in. Now they're both on the rooftop. GG. It's going to be a hard push from this standpoint, but Mr. George has got to get a pick. There we go. One guy jumping down, rotating around the right-hand side of the building. George is going to completely change his angle and try to shoot the enemies from another elevation. Notice how the enemies had the higher ground. We had the lower ground, so he vaulted up to get this position. And la-di-da, here we are. And notice again, George isn't trying to just go right up the middle. He's trying to do a nice wide left flank to hopefully engage with the enemies. Right now, he's baiting the second teammate to come around the side so he can 1v1 him. Meanwhile, Denny is getting absolutely obliterated by the other teammate under the bridge. Not too much of a fan of the fact that Denny went to the low ground to contest enemies from the bridge, but he did, and it is what it is. Heartbeat picking up one enemy sitting inside the building, maybe on the left-hand side of it, just kind of holding this position. So are we. Here they are pushing. You can hear him going, and he goes with the B-hop around the corner. Now we need to leave this position, start plating up. Completely just leave this position altogether. You don't want to reveal your back to the enemy, though. Unfortunately, we are out of place, so we need to somehow find a way to work ourselves back to the guy we just killed. And at that point, I would run through here, and I would try to just 100% change my angle, maybe steal his teammates' plates, and then we can recontest the fight. Because, again, we are in a bad spot. Looking for the heartbeat one more time. Enemy appears to be ghosted. We got another vehicle over to our south end side that looked like they could have been coming to contest us, but I'm thinking they were just going towards the loadout drop. And it's exactly where the vehicle stopped at, so make note of that. For some reason, the enemy going up the ladder, very questionable, but that's not the same enemy we were just fighting. The other one was the pony-haired chick, I'm pretty sure. Now, I'll have to look back on the edit on this one and see if I'm right or wrong, but I'm pretty sure we still have one more enemy somewhere near us. Doesn't matter though, we're able to go ahead and replay it up. Nope, there's pony-haired chick. Maybe I had that flip-flop lollipop, who knows. I'd go ahead and check heartbeat one more time just in case. There it is, no heartbeats, we are clear to go. Unfortunately, still short on money. Our main focus right now needs to be to get our teammates back. Hopefully there's a couple $100 up here. There we go, we're able to get 800, still 200 short. That is absolutely unfortunate. It's time to go ahead and move out. Now again, George has won many tournaments in the Warzone community. All right, displaying some of the B-hop skills right here. Again, when you go ahead and move out, I do believe he's overstaying his welcome, but again, we're all just here to learn from some of the best players ever. Guys, if you think George is going to win the game with this skill and the momentum that he's gotten now, pause the video and let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this former FaZe member. But Savage, he's not FaZe. And here we are making our way over to the loadout drop. Remember, there was a vehicle over here earlier, and it still is here. So the enemies may be nearby, and if I had to guess, I would imagine they're probably fire station, maybe baiting out the loadout. So we need to be very careful on going out here and put ourselves in the open. And George is aware of that as well. Keeping the fire station, trying to make sure no one's there. Taking a hard right turn, trying to bait for shots right now is exactly what he's doing. Nobody's taking the bait, so now we're going to go ahead and jump off and change position. Still a very dangerous spot no matter what, but I do like how he played it. In and out of the loadout drop, flip around, grab your shit, and roll on out. So now we're rocking Ghost, Amp, and EOD mixed with this class. And right now at this position, again, I'm a little concerned about the enemy that was over here. I don't think he would have abandoned the car to walk over here. So I do believe he's relatively close somewhere in this area. Doesn't matter though, we're gonna push out of the zone to hopefully go contest the guy sitting on top of the building. To be honest, very ballsy push, seeing how the circle's closing in. We legitimately have about 2 minutes before it fully engulfs into the next zone. So we need to win this fight in the next 2.5 minutes. Flipping out the heartbeat, trying our best to check. He clearly seen something I didn't see. Now, I'm not against this. Normally, I would definitely hold the zone. But if you guys are feeling aggressive, by all means, go ahead and push out there and start obliterating the enemies. We have other teams shooting at them from the building over there to our 330 northwest. So we do have 2 teams in this position. I believe that good stuff. Denny getting some shots off. We're trying to go for the jump. Unfortunately, we cannot make it. Now the enemy is going to the buy to probably buy his teammate back, I would imagine. And don't forget the guys on top of the green roof over in this building too. So we have multiple teams still in this area. Now there is a chance that the enemy may be in the gas station, the enemy may be in the bottom level, so definitely be very wary of your bottom right hand side. There's a guy on top right now. Reaction time a little slow. We could have absolutely beamed him, but George was hyper focused on the wrong area and absolutely almost got blitzed out by the guy on top. This guy about to full send or something in a very bad spot. I'm surprised to see the enemy push up to the corner of the building like this, to be honest, especially against this weapon. We're absolutely able to beam every single heady and break the plates, getting some beams. Good ping by the teammate. Doesn't matter. Guy goes down. Another one landing up top right now. We do not have a good angle on it, but Denny, my man, over here becoming the carry. Let's switch over to Denny, who's making some traction and waves in the esports world as far as Warzone is concerned. All right, so they go down as well. So that was 2 enemies that we just killed. And again, I'm still not too sure what happened to the last guy that came off of that building rooftop. Maybe he died to those 2 players. Not 100%, but we are clean, clear, and under control, and it's time to move out. Now the circle will be favoring somewhere over in this area, so all of downtown and factory should be getting knocked out. Oh no, there is the random asshat that's been sitting in a building his entire life. I knew it. I knew there was a player over here. Unfortunately, Denny goes down and Najira buys back his squad mate. So now it could be potentially a 2v1. And here we have George holding the angle, patiently waiting to pick this guy. With the UAV up, you can see the enemy rotating to the far right-hand side of the building. I don't think that George has realized it yet. There's one of the players going to get his teammates loot. He's about to capitalize on that advantage right now. He needs to hurry up and get there. The last thing he wants these teammates to do is reconnect and then it be like an actual 2v1 fight. Doesn't matter though. Najira very aware of exactly where we were at. Now we move on to the next squad, assuming that our boys don't have gulag, and they do not. So here we are with Najira rocking 3 kills and Lynn rocking 1. So we go from, you know, former world champions down to a newer squad who has just entered the competitive realm. Najira, again, he's got about a 1.2 KD, and then we have this guy over here. He's a little bit lower. We're not really going to discuss why, but they were both invited to this tournament, so here we go. Najira just marking everything in the world. We need to go ahead and do something. Let's move on out. Again, we're in a bad spot. We're going to have to get pushed out eventually. We could pre-rotate, or we could go hospital and have a very long, drawn-out fight. Not really sure exactly what loot he's looting for right now. The man said, I need some more plates, even though he's already got 8. Maybe he's going to stack some in the back of his pants. Who knows? But it's time to move on out. All right, so again, we're just kind of wasting a lot of time. We've been spectating this team, and I'm going to cut out a lot of the parts of it because they were being very toxic. And we're going to go ahead and just call it a nice 2 minutes in that area for no absolute reason. And unfortunately, there are no pings over here. Doesn't look like there are any pings pinging up anywhere. Not too surprised. Again, a bigger circle, so your aggressive teams are already going to be downtown, are going to be array, and they're already going to be in the wager building south of TV station. There may, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was a team in this area. But again, we need to go ahead and get out of here. I don't understand why we're still focused on looting. We got the bounty marked. There we have Lynn hopefully picking it up, and we can move out. We literally need nothing. I'll never understand why any player ever just focuses on loot in this kind of position. Now, the other day I was wondering why players just keep on looting and looting and looting. So I did a survey and I asked a lot of you guys what you thought about this. And according to a survey done to thousands of people, the survey says that this is dumb as shit. And still here we are witnessing this in the middle of an esports tournament. Wow, we've got 13 deadies marked. Your teammates clearly don't give a shit. It's time to move on out. We got a bounty marked, so why don't we, I don't know, go chase them down. What are you trying to do? Win a participation award? You ain't doing shit with 3 kills, my guy. And look, he played that fight really well, going back to the initial when he killed the guy we were spectating. He was set there, held his angle, knew he was there, and he committed to the fight and ended up winning. So I'd like to see him actually get some movement going on instead of just winning a close range, holding an angle while ADS kind of a fight. There's not going to be many people rotating. I understand why he's looking that way, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was a team over there. But again, there's more opportunity to the opposite side, so why don't we just go over there? Oh yeah, because he's scared as shit. Guys, no. Why would you play scared in a video game, man? Savage, I don't want to die. It's gonna happen. Stop trying not to die. You know what that's gonna cause? You to die. I promise. Stop playing so damn passive and scared, man. You'll get better. And this isn't one of those, if you watch my video, I promise you'll get better. No, it's just common sense. The more you do shit, the better you get. Oh, weird, right? Wow. All right, and still we have the bounty about to expire in a minute and a half. So at this point, even if we do go that direction with no vehicle, we probably won't make it. Now the bounty is the most wanted bounty too. And don't forget, guys, when you're pushing the most wanted bounty, you can ping him and it will show you live in real time exactly what elevation he's on. He's clearly going up the zip line right now. He's making it to the top awfully fast. And again, we'll lose out on the money, but I still would probably go chase him down because he clearly wants his teammate back. Not going to be a hard push at all in a 2v1 situation as long as you work together. What's concerning me in this fight is the fact that Lynn is going up against some of the best players in the world by himself. We have a little separation. We're a little bit out in the open. We're not really kind of converging on the area together. And if there are two guys here, which wouldn't surprise me, Lynn may face his fate. Here comes the almighty heartbeat. Not even looking around. Very, very, very concerning. Remember, even though the heartbeat sensor doesn't pick anybody up, doesn't mean no one's going to be there, guys. Here we are crouched out in the open. Don't really know what the hell we're doing. Buying another, I don't know. We hear footsteps behind us. There's another team. There he is. We're ADS in the wrong area. And notice how this team legitimately pushes from two different angles. Exactly what you're supposed to do. Let's go to the map real quick. We had one teammate bust through here and flank us in this area, and then the other one wrapped around far to the southwest. And then they just basically converged on us. Beautiful display of teamwork in that aspect. And here we are moving on to Bartlett, one of my favorite competitors, and his squad mate Day. Now Bartlett's just out here just throwing nades at this poor sentry gun while it's minding its business, and now they're kind of suppressed, so they need to take it out if they want to use the buy station. But judging by the money situation, you could have just left all that shit. We could just go on out, man. And here's Bartlett worshiping the loot right here, trying to debate if he wants to keep the shit or not. We have a UAV in the air, and just like we did to the other team, I'd be concerned that another team is collapsing on us as well. There are 8 enemy teams left. The circle's getting smaller. You already know there's one guy there. You can imagine there are 2 teams here, one right here, and of course Stadium, because bitches love Stadium. Here we have Bartlett put on display, blowing us some kisses, man. Bartlett, you know, he's a very friendly guy. He loves just making people happy and just being a sweetheart. So thank you for the kisses, Bartlett. Right back at you, baby. All right, here we are teabagging the enemy over here. Now look, guys, we need to either A, push the teammate, or B, stare at our camos. You know, sometimes in the middle of an intense competition, you want to inspect your weapons and show the world what you got. I get it. I've never been there myself, but you know what? There's a reason why Bartlett's at a higher level than I'll ever obtain. Ever. All right, again, we need to be kind of looking around to the northeast side, watching players rotate in. All Bartlett's really doing right now is going back and forth. He's not peeping anything. Oh, there we go. Finally looking for the first time. I'd still be concerned by the skyscraper where the most wanted bounty is at. If you get sniped from the most wanted bounty because you're just being ignorant, I'm going to laugh. And again, guys, look, we're in a gatekeeping position. This is a power position right here because you're going to have people rotating in out in the open, and you're going to have the best angle to, well, claim all the kills, right? Their only chance is to either A, take a vehicle, which there are none, or B, rotate all the way to the far southeast. Bartlett able to get a knock. Day trying his best. And look, while Bartlett's fighting that guy, Day needs to be over here again, scanning this area. The circle's closing in. This is the opportunity for them to collapse on these enemies. And they're playing in a custom lobby against some of the best players in the world. I'm surprised they got this far, to be honest, for being so new to the game, but nobody's worried about this. Huge mistake. These are L's you're losing on because you're doing one of two things. One, you're missing out on the opportunities to get more kills, and two, you're allowing enemies to push to your area. Here we are heart beating, and I get it, but guess what? If you would have been watching this area, you would have to heartbeat shit because you could have killed everybody over here, and you know that you're clear. But no, we're not going to stare this direction. We're going to stare down for some stupid reason. Just imagine that this game doesn't matter. Of course, we have enemies pinged up here. That's not a surprise at all. Finally! Holy crap, finally we look. Maybe a little too late. Again, I'd be looking somewhere in this area too by bank. That I can guarantee is probably where the team's at, but we don't give a shit. We literally don't give a flying crap about none of the strategy. And we literally take a 7.62 bullet right to the side of the dome from the guy sniping on top of the skyscraper, which the most wanted bounty had been at for the past 300 freaking minutes. Things are getting intense right now. We've now lost our power position. We still can kind of utilize the rooftop right here, but it would not be a good idea because these guys have the position. So if you do try to play the corner, their angle of fire on you, you're not going to have any way to stop being shot. And again, another mistake of not watching this area is we didn't really watch where players were going. So now when we jump off to change our position, we're going to be kind of blinded. We're not going to have any idea, any intel on exactly where we need to go. Another reason why, even if you don't get the kills, you should at least peek when you're gatekeeping bitches. We've got 2 sets of gunshots going off in the soccer field, I guess, over to our southeast. And here we are. This is what I was afraid they'll do, go up the ladder and just sit in this building. But again, unless these guys are occupied with somebody else, they will have a clean line of sight on us, and it'll be very easy for them to get the kills. All we have is this little AC vent to hide behind, and I don't know if this is actually, it is safe. It's barely safe. Bartlett trying to make, I don't know what he's doing actually. There's a guy on the right hand side. We don't spot him. Yeah, we do finally. And we're able to get the armor breaks, but no cigar. 5 enemy teams left, 4 unidentified with the 1 on the roof. And it's going to be a very long, drawn out game. Now, this is a very small circle for this many teams, especially with half of it being out in the open. So you literally have 6 teams sitting on or around 3 buildings. We have gunfire going on around here, so we already know that there's a team there. We could potentially peek the ridge and see if we can get some shots off with a line of sight, or even right here. For some reason, we're blinding ourselves. One thing I will say that this team needs to improve on, as good as they are, is the simple fact of being observant. These guys don't look around on anything. They don't ever try to obtain... Oh, yeah, I knew you were going to do it, brother. I knew it. I knew it. Kind of worked out, I guess. They don't ever try to like open their eyes and spot players rotating in. This is a great time to get some shots off, even if you don't kill him. There you go. Beautiful shot by Day. Now keep your eye peeled. Even though you're reloading, you want to keep your eyes on the enemy in case he runs out in that split second that you are reloading. Bartlett able to get the knock. For some reason, we're bailing out of this position. I guess the precision strike scared them away. Rightfully so. It was right on top of them. Okay, I didn't see the alert. We got a guy inside the building. When you go ahead and push this right now, we could potentially kill this team and the team that they're fighting, bring it to a 2v2 fight. Here we are pushing in from the backside. Go ahead and do it while Bartlett's in the fight right now. Go ahead and do it, brother. There you go. Teamwork is a dream work. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a... No, use your gun. What are you doing? Thankfully, Bartlett was there to get the kills. I don't know why Day decided, instead of shooting him one more time and getting the kill for himself, he'd go ahead and throw a nade at him. But here we are with the time we've been waiting for. It's a 2v2 fight. Good precision. Go ahead and throw it in. Okay, what are you doing? Nope, that option went out the freaking window. Doesn't matter. We're able to go ahead and force the 2v1 fight. The enemy is on the rooftop of this building, I would assume. If I was the enemy, I would have jumped to the rooftop of this building. No heartbeats going out. We got to be aware of the high ground. I don't like the fact that we're sitting here just kind of not even peeking up top. That's your teammate busting in right now. Again, I would imagine the enemies above us, either that building or the one behind us. Let's see what happens. We should have the rotation favor right now. Bartlett actually paying attention, rocking 8 kills. Instead of blocking your teammate, let's spread out a little bit, man. We're kind of screwing ourselves over at this point. Now we're both marked. Day's in a vulnerable position, trying to find the enemy. There he is in front of us. Day able to get the knock. And ladies and gentlemen, going for the beautiful knife in the throat to execute that poor son of a bitch. Today we witness greatness. Today we witness a rookie team coming out here, showing these tournament players what they're made of and solidifying the W. As ugly as it was, they got the job done. GG. Look, guys, all jokes aside, man, it's fun spectating these games, whether they're great players, whether they're not so great players, and there's always lessons to be learned. no matter what format we're doing it, whether I'm doing commentary, whether I'm doing tips and tricks, whether I'm just spectating my own plays, there's always a lesson that you can learn from these players. But look, let me know in the comment section below if you enjoyed this format. I really enjoyed doing the commentary videos and bringing little lessons with it. I think it's more enjoyable. I have more fun doing it. I hope you guys enjoy it more. Let me know again in the comment section below if you would like to see this a little bit more on the channel, because again, this is probably one of the most fun things for me to do. It's just kind of just, instead of sitting there critiquing it and getting all intense and serious, but like, do this, don't do this, have a little fun with it. But again, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something new. If you did, leave a like on the video. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Let me know, Savage, you're being a bitch. Stop doing this shit. And until next time, guys, you have a good one and good luck in Warzone.